It was nearing midnight when Ben, the night janitor, began his usual rounds at St. Augustine Hospital. The building was a relic of the past, its once busy halls now eerily quiet. Most of the lights were dimmed to conserve energy, leaving shadows to stretch long and dark across the tiled floors. Ben had worked here for years, and though the quiet sometimes unsettled him, he took comfort in routine, but tonight felt different. The flickering lights added to the unsettling atmosphere, casting eerie shadows that seemed to move on their own. Old, abandoned equipment lined the corridors, their shapes barely discernible in the dim light. Ben couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched, a chill running down his spine as he pushed his cart forward. As Ben wheeled his cleaning cart past the double doors of the East Wing, a section of the hospital that had been closed for over a decade, he noticed something unusual. The lights beyond the frosted glass flickered faintly. He stopped, staring at the doors. The wing was supposed to be locked and unused. His mind raced with questions. He checked his keys, hesitating, then muttered to himself, probably just a power surge. But doubt lingered in his mind. Continuing on, he tried to shake the feeling that something was watching him. His thoughts kept returning to the flickering lights. But as he mopped the main corridor, the lights in the East Wing flickered again. His heart pounded in his chest. This time he heard a faint hum, like medical equipment coming to life. He froze, trying to make sense of the sound. His grip tightened on the mop handle. What if someone or something was in there? Curiosity, or perhaps foolishness, got the better of him. He took a deep breath and decided to investigate. Ben wheeled his cart back to the East Wing doors and tested the handle. It turned easily, though it should have been locked. The air inside was colder, and the smell of antiseptic was strong. The walls were lined with old medical posters. Walking cautiously, he noticed the faint glow of monitors in one of the patient rooms. A heart monitor beeped steadily, its screen showing vital signs. An IV drip hung next to the bed, its contents dripping rhythmically. But the bed itself was empty. The sheets were neatly tucked. "Hello," Ben called, his voice barely above a whisper. The sound echoed unnaturally. He backed away, his heart pounding. The shadows seemed to stretch and twist. That's when he noticed movement in his peripheral vision. Turning sharply, he saw a figure at the end of the hallway. It was a nurse dressed in an outdated uniform. Her presence felt out of place. She stood motionless, her head tilted slightly, as if studying him. "I'm just doing my job," Ben stammered, stepping back. The figure didn't respond, but took a slow step forward. Her face was pale and blurred, as though seen through frosted glass. Behind her, more figures began to emerge from the shadows, patients in gowns, their hollow eyes fixed on him. Ben turned and ran, his footsteps echoing wildly. The air grew colder with every step, and the hum of medical equipment swelled to a deafening roar. As he reached the exit, the doors slammed shut in his face. He yanked at the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Panic surged through him as he pounded on the door, hoping someone would hear. A voice whispered, impossibly close to his ear, "You should be in your bed." Spinning around, he saw the nurse standing inches away, her expression blank, but her eyes filled with malice. Her presence was suffocating, and he could feel the cold radiating from her. Cold hands gripped his shoulders, pulling him backward into the dark hallway. He struggled, trying to break free, but her grip was like iron. The last thing he saw was the heart monitor's screen, now showing his own vitals. The line flatlining as the screen faded to black. His vision blurred, and he felt his strength ebbing away. Gap 3S. Ben's disappearance quickly became the stuff of local legend. Stories of his ghostly presence started to spread among the hospital staff, particularly the new night janitors. Many reported strange occurrences during their shifts. Some claimed to see Ben's ghost, still dutifully doing his rounds, pushing his cleaning cart through the darkened hallways. Others swore they could hear his whispers in the dark, guiding them or warning them of unseen dangers. The East Wing, once a place of healing, had become a realm of fear and mystery. No one entered willingly, and those who did never stayed for long. The legend of Ben's ghost added an unsettling layer to the hospital's already eerie atmosphere, leaving everyone to wonder if they too might encounter the spectral janitor during the lonely night hours. The wing itself remained locked, its lights off. A sense of unease settled over the staff, but some swore they could hear the faint hum of medical equipment coming from within, and occasionally the distant echo of footstep, as if someone was still there. The eerie atmosphere of the East Wing left everyone on edge, as if someone was still working the night shift.